Hi everyone, I'm Caroline and I decided to present you the book The Moment of Lift by Melinda Gates. So I chose this book because I already knew kind of Melinda Gates because she was Bill Gates' wife, and I have kind of studied the foundation, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, but like I didn't quite know a lot about Melinda, and so I told myself, why not reading her book? Okay, so now let's move on to the overview of the book. So, The Moment of Lift by Melinda Gates is a very powerful and personal exploration of how empowering women leads to a better world for everyone. So, drawing from her experiences traveling the globe through her work with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, she shares compelling stories of women facing systemic barriers, whether it's lack of education, healthcare, economic opportunities, or freedom over their own choices. So she highlights how deeply ingrained cultural biases, and legal restrictions hold women back. And she also showcases the incredible resilience and progress made when these barriers are removed. And so Gates delves into issues like family planning, which is one of the biggest issue in Africa, for example, maternal health, child marriage, which is also one of the biggest problem in Africa, and unpaid labor, showing how each of these challenges connects to broader societal problems. She shares her own journey from working in tech to becoming a global advocate for women's rights, and how she initially hesitated to step into the public eye, but then realized the urgency of using her platform. So the book's core message is clear. So when we lift women up, we lift humanity. By giving women the power to make their own choices, societies flourish, poverty decreases, children stay in school, economies grow, and families thrive. Gates calls on everyone, especially men, to be allies in this fight for equality, making The Moment of Lift both an inspiring read and a call to action. So I selected 6 main takeaways from this book. So the first one is we have to let women do what they want and be autonomous. Because when women are free to make decisions, their family thrive, economy is getting better. So as we saw in class, companies led by women perform way better than companies led by men, and societies are getting more stable. The second main takeaway is that family planning is crucial. So, the access to contraception is not only about reproductive rights, it enables women to plan their future, reduce infant and mother mortality, and increase their economic opportunities. The third one is the fact that unpaid work definitely slows women. Women all around the world are still often staying at home, doing housework, and it's still even the case today, um, and taking care of their children, even in Occidental families, which limits their access to education and employment. The fourth main takeaway is that habits and traditions can be changed. That is especially the case in African countries, where harmful traditions such as forced marriage for very young girls or excision are still a thing today, but can be fought thanks to education and organization interventions, which is what Melinda Gates was doing with the foundation. Also, the fifth one is that men should be part of the solution. So, gender equality is not only a matter of women, but men also have an essential role to play as partners, decision makers, and leaders. And finally, little actions can lead to huge changes. Each action and steps play a role in it. So, to support an entrepreneur, a woman, for example, to mentor young girls or campaign for righter laws contribute to further gender equality. So I managed to do a few class connections with the book. So the first one is about building confidence and taking risks. So Melinda talks a lot about how women need to believe in themselves and be given opportunities to succeed. And that's basically what entrepreneurial self-efficacy is all about, having the confidence to take risks, start something new, and push through challenges. That's what we are doing with the NVC. The second one is about leadership and breaking barriers. So the book is full of stories of women stepping up as leaders despite facing huge obstacles. That's exactly what we are learning, how to develop leadership skills and navigate male-dominated spaces. Then about mentorship and women supporting women, basically the main goal of this class. So Gates highlights the power of women lifting each other up, whether through mentorship, support groups, or just opening doors for others. And that is so a huge part of our class, learning how mentorship can make or break a career, especially for women entrepreneurs. Then we have the entrepreneurship for social impact. So Gates is all about investing in women because when women succeed, entire communities benefit. That is a big takeaway for us, how female entrepreneurs often focus on businesses that create positive change. And the final connection that I could do with the class was about resilience and innovation. Whether it's women starting businesses, fighting unfair laws, or advocating for their rights, this book is full of stories about resilience, something every entrepreneur needs. And it reminds me of how important it is to keep pushing forward, even when the odds are not in our favor. So finally, I have chosen 2 life applications from this book. So the first one is about mentorship and lifting each other's up. So one thing that really stuck with me is how powerful it is when women support other women. In my own life, that could mean finding a mentor who's been through the struggles I might face in my career, or even being that person for someone else down the line. It's a reminder that success isn't just about getting ahead, it's all about bringing others with you. And so the second life application is about taking up and owning my voice. So Gates talks about how women are often held back by cultural and societal norms, and it made me realize how easy it is to doubt myself or hesitate before speaking up. Whether it's pitching an idea, asking for a raise, or starting my own business, I need to stop second guessing and just go for it because no one else is going to go for me. And if I wait for permission, I might be waiting forever. So that's it.